Do you know why some dogs pick one person and stay loyal to them for life? Most dog owners think their dog loves everyone in the household equally. But when you look at certain breeds, that is simply not the case. Some dogs are wired to choose one person and treat everyone else in the family as secondary. Here are 10 loyal dog breeds backed by expert sources that are famous for bonding with only one person. Number 10. The Chow Chow. The Chow Chow is one of the most ancient dog breeds in the world, and their reserved personality is exactly what makes them a classic one-person dog. According to the AKC, Chow Chows are dignified, aloof, and sometimes described as more cat-like than dog-like in their independence. They do not bond quickly, and they do not give their loyalty easily. But when a Chow Chow does choose a person, that bond is deep and unshakable. Their heritage explains a lot about their personality. Chow Chows date back thousands of years in China, where they served as guard dogs and companions to nobility. That guarding instinct is still baked into the breed today. They are naturally protective of their chosen person and tend to be suspicious of everyone else, including other members of the household. They typically weigh between 45 and 70 pounds and have that distinctive lion-like mane around their face. Behind that fluffy appearance is a serious dog with strong opinions about who deserves their trust. Chow Chows are not the right fit for people who want a friendly, outgoing dog that loves everyone. But for someone who wants a devoted, dignified companion that will choose them specifically and stick with them for life, the Chow Chow is one of the most loyal breeds you can find. Number 9. The Greyhound. Most people think of greyhounds as racing dogs, fast, athletic, competitive, but behind the racing image is a breed that is remarkably gentle and famously bonded to one person. According to the AKC, greyhounds are quiet, sensitive, and deeply affectionate with their owners. They are often called 45-mile-per-hour couch potatoes because despite their incredible speed, they spend most of their time sleeping and lounging next to the person they love most. What makes greyhounds unusual among one-person dogs is how quiet their loyalty is. They do not bark much. They do not demand constant attention. They simply position themselves near their chosen person and stay there. Their entire life becomes organized around being close to that one human. Retired racing greyhounds are especially known for this. Many have never lived in a home before their adoption, and the person who takes them in becomes their entire world almost immediately. That kind of intense attachment is what makes them so special for people looking for a calm, devoted companion. They typically weigh between 60 and 70 pounds, but their thin frame makes them look larger than they actually are. And despite their size, they are one of the most gentle and low-key breeds on this list. Number 8. The Australian Shepherd. The Australian Shepherd is a working dog through and through. And that working dog wiring is exactly why they bond so intensely with one person. According to the AKC, Aussies were bred as herding dogs, and their entire genetic history revolves around forming a close partnership with a single human handler. In herding work, the dog has to read the handler's cues, respond to subtle commands, and trust that person completely. That partnership requires deep bonding, and centuries of selective breeding for that trait have made modern Australian Shepherds intensely devoted to their chosen person. In a family setting, that bond usually shows up as an Aussie who follows one specific person from room to room, waits by the door for them to come home, and struggles when that person is not available. They tolerate other family members, but their true attachment is reserved for one. They typically weigh between 40 and 65 pounds and are highly intelligent, athletic, and full of energy. Aussies need a lot of exercise and mental engagement, which usually becomes a shared activity with their chosen person and further deepens the bond. For someone who wants a partner in every sense of the word, the Australian Shepherd is one of the most devoted working breeds you can bring into your home. Number 7. The Border Collie. The Border Collie is considered the most intelligent dog breed in the world, and their intense one-on-one bond with their favorite person is part of what makes them so remarkable. According to the AKC, Border Collies were bred to herd sheep across the hills of Scotland and England, where they worked closely with a single shepherd for hours at a time. That work required the dog to be completely focused on their handler, reading their body language, and responding to whistles, gestures, and voice commands with precision. That level of focus does not turn off when a Border Collie leaves the farm. In a household setting, a Border Collie picks one person and locks in. They watch that person constantly, anticipate what they are about to do, and organize their entire day around them. Many Border Collie owners describe the experience as having a shadow that never leaves their side. They typically weigh between 30 and 55 pounds and have almost limitless energy. Border Collies need a serious amount of daily activity and mental stimulation to stay balanced, but they will happily do all of that alongside their chosen person. For someone who wants a dog that will treat them as the center of the universe, the Border Collie delivers loyalty at a level few other breeds can match. Number 6. The Australian Cattle Dog. The Australian Cattle Dog is a herding breed developed in Australia to move cattle across vast open land, and everything about them was designed to bond deeply with one person. According to the AKC, Australian cattle dogs are alert, watchful, and fiercely loyal to their owner. They are suspicious of strangers and can be aloof or even standoffish with anyone outside their trusted circle. But with their chosen person, they are affectionate, playful, and completely devoted. Their working dog heritage is intense. Cattle dogs were bred to work independently, while still taking direction from their handler, which requires an unusually strong emotional connection between dog and human. That bond translates directly into how they behave in a home. They pick one person and treat that person as their sole responsibility and reason for existence. They typically weigh between 30 and 50 pounds and have a strong, muscular build. Their coat is short and mottled, giving them a distinctive appearance that sets them apart from other herding breeds. The catch with an Australian cattle dog is that they are not suited for laid-back homes. They need a job, whether that is real cattle work, dog sports, or intense daily exercise. But for the right person, they offer the kind of unwavering loyalty that few other breeds can match. Number 5. The Basenji. The Basenji is often called the barkless dog, but their most unusual trait is actually their emotional attachment. This is one of the most famous one-person dogs in the world. According to the AKC, Basenjis are described as unique and beguiling pets that tend to love one person and merely tolerate the rest of the family. That description captures the essence of the breed perfectly. Basenjis do not spread their affection around. They pick a human, and that human becomes their world. The Basenji originated in Central Africa, where they were used as hunting dogs by the Congo tribes. In that role, each dog worked closely with one hunter, tracking prey silently through the forest. That silent hunting partnership required deep trust and communication between dog and human, and it shaped the way Basenjis form attachments today. They typically weigh between 22 and 24 pounds and have a compact, elegant build. Their curled tail and pricked ears give them a distinctive appearance that is often compared to a small deer or antelope. Basenjis are also very cat-like in their behavior. They groom themselves, they are quiet, and they can be aloof with people they do not know well. But their bond with their chosen person is intense and unwavering, making them one of the most classic, one-person dogs on this list. Number 4. The Chihuahua. Most people think of Chihuahuas as small yappy lap dogs, but behind that tiny frame is one of the most fiercely loyal breeds in the entire dog world. According to the AKC, Chihuahuas are known for bonding intensely with one person and treating everyone else with varying degrees of suspicion. That loyalty is a defining characteristic of the breed, not just a personality quirk. Chihuahuas were originally bred as companion dogs in Mexico, where they served as constant companions to their single human throughout the day. That heritage shows up in how they behave today. A Chihuahua will follow their chosen person from room to room, sleep pressed up against them, and become defensive if anyone else gets too close. They are famously protective of their favorite human, despite typically weighing only 4 to 6 pounds. Behavior experts describe them as big dogs stuck in tiny bodies. They have the personality of a much larger breed and the courage to match. Many Chihuahua owners report that their dog treats them as the only person that matters and shows visible jealousy when attention goes elsewhere. For someone looking for a small dog with an enormous heart and undying loyalty, the Chihuahua delivers on a level few other breeds can match. Number 3. The Doberman Pinscher. The Doberman Pinscher is the only dog breed in the world that was specifically created to protect one person, and that history shapes everything about how they bond today. According to the AKC, Dobermans were developed in 1890s Germany by a tax collector named Carl Friedrich Louis Doberman, who needed a dog that would guard him personally as he traveled through hostile neighborhoods collecting money. He specifically bred these dogs to be attached to one handler, alert to threats, and willing to intervene without hesitation. That selective breeding created a dog that naturally forms an intense bond with one person. Dobermans are highly intelligent, extremely trainable, and completely devoted to their chosen human. They are not just loyal in a general sense, they are wired to attach to a single person and treat that person as their entire responsibility in life. They typically weigh between 60 and 100 pounds and are lean, athletic, and powerful. Their bond with their favorite person is often described as almost telepathic. They read subtle changes in mood, anticipate needs, and adjust their behavior accordingly. For someone who wants a dog that will treat them as the single most important person in the world and stand between them and any threat, the Doberman Pinscher is one of the most devoted breeds you can own. Number 2. The Akita. The Akita is one of the oldest dog breeds in the world, and their loyalty to one person is so legendary that it inspired one of the most famous dog stories in history. Hachiko was an Akita in Japan who walked to Shibuya train station every day to meet his owner, a professor, at the end of his workday. When the professor died suddenly at work, Hachiko continued to go to the station every day for 9 years and 9 months, waiting for a man who would never return. That story is not just an emotional legend, it is documented history, and it captures exactly how deep an Akita's loyalty can run. According to the XE, Akitas are described as wary of strangers, but silly and affectionate with family. That description understates their bond with their chosen person. Akitas do not just love their favorite human, they organize their entire existence around them. They typically weigh between 70 and 130 pounds, and were originally bred in Japan to guard royalty and hunt large game like wild boar and bear. That guardian instinct combined with their deep emotional attachment creates a dog that will protect and stay with their person for life. Akitas are not the right fit for first-time dog owners. They are strong-willed and require experienced handling. But for the right person, they offer a level of loyalty that has been documented in stories for centuries. Number 1. The German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is the most consistently mentioned one-person bond breed in every credible source, and there is a good reason they earn the number 1 spot. According to the AKE, German Shepherds are known for their intelligence, loyalty, and versatility, and they often form an unbreakable bond with one specific person. That bond is not just a personality trait, it is a defining feature of the breed that has been reinforced through over a century of selective breeding. German Shepherds were originally developed in late 1800s Germany as herding and guarding dogs. Both jobs required the dog to work closely with a single handler and trust that person completely. That partnership shaped everything about the modern German Shepherd. They pick one person, focus on that person, and become deeply attached in a way that other breeds simply cannot match. They typically weigh between 50 and 90 pounds and have that signature build. Powerful, alert, and always ready to work. Their intelligence ranks among the highest of any dog breed, which means they are constantly reading their chosen person, anticipating needs, and adjusting their behavior in real time. That is why German Shepherds are used by police and military organizations around the world. Their ability to bond intensely with one handler and follow that person into any situation is unmatched. And in a home setting, that same intensity translates into a dog who will treat their chosen person as their entire world for the rest of their life. So which one of these surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments and tell us if you have one of these breeds at home. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.